And this week, marking 1 year since Hurricane Helene tore through western North Carolina, the storm took more than 100 lives across the state and caused more than $50 billion in damage. All week long, our team is covering the storm's impact, the damage it left behind, and the ongoing efforts to rebuild. Lisa joins us live from Boone. And Lisa, bring us up to speed how things are going there in Watauga County.
Good morning to you, Ben. And I think you're right. The key word here is ongoing, because there is a lot of progress that has been made. I can tell you yesterday, driving in from Charlotte, it was very clear to see, the parts of the road that have been repaved and rebuilt. You go into a place like Blowing Rock and Main Street looks great there. People are coming back. There were a number of tourists. I stopped to get dinner at Town Tavern. Things looked great there. People were happy that the tourists were back. But I can tell you, along some of the smaller roads, it's clear to see the damage from this storm, just the devastation that was Hurricane Helene 1 year ago. It's been 12 months since the remnants of that storm devastated western North Carolina and caused more than $50 billion in damage. All week long, our team is going to be here covering this storm's impact, the damage that was left behind, and the ongoing efforts, as you mentioned, to rebuild. Right now, we're going to check in with our Richard Devane. He is live talking about Blowing Rock there, a town that so heavily depends on tourism. Richard.
Yeah, good morning to you, Lisa. Good morning, good Monday morning, everyone watching us on the Plus. Basically, it's just like you said. You drove through Blowing Rock and you noticed how beautiful it is. Well, the key was you were able to drive through Blowing Rock. You were able to get to Blowing Rock. After Helene came through, it stopped a lot of people from being able to get there. The damage was all around Blowing Rock, not necessarily in it, and that caused a financial problem. But 1 year later, things are looking better. Now, as we look at video, we can tell you, we have to say that last year this time, Blowing Rock was in some trouble. Helene blew through and it caused a lot of damage. Not as much damage right here in Blowing Rock, but it caused a lot of damage to places like Boone. While the town didn't have that significant damage, the remnants of Helene did cut off much of the town's fall traffic. And that's important because it's a tourism area. Many would-be visitors stayed away. That was all to help the area recover. Some town and county leaders said, hey, please stay away from this area for now while we get things back to at least passable for you folks. Months later, there have been repairs to damaged roads and trails have been restored. Access to the mountains and visitors are returning in big numbers. While recovery has been pricey, community leaders say the experience underscores just how vital tourism is to Blowing Rock's identity and resilience, even as memories of the past still linger.
So, I would start to drive toward Boone, and I just turned around and came home because it was so bad. Apartments flooded, businesses, Walmart, all of that was flooded. They were closed for months.
Yeah.
And I think some of those businesses just got reopened. It's been a year. And my daughter, the biggest thing I remember about that is my daughter was in Asheville, at UNC Asheville. And where they were, they couldn't, they didn't have any internet, they didn't have any power, they didn't have anything. And they did not realize how devastated Asheville was until they got out.
Yeah, just one of those many stories. We can tell you, Reuben Wallace's daughter actually goes to school up in Asheville. They were there for this past weekend, and we were there earlier when the president came to that area. Things have gotten a lot better since then, and a lot better since last year. But of course, as he told me, in smaller towns and even in certain parts of Asheville, there is still work to be done. Folks here in Blowing Rock say they can't wait for the leaves to change and that flood of folks to come in next month to watch that fall foliage. Things are getting better. We're right here in Blowing Rock. Richard Devane, we'll send it back to you.
All right, Richard, thanks so much for that. And you're right, I actually heard people talking yesterday about looking forward to fall coming and to the leaves changing. Everybody wants to see leaf peeping, and what better place to see it than here in western North Carolina. So hopefully that will contribute to the tourism and to people coming back to this area as it works to rebuild. Again, we're going to have reports all week. Ben, as you know, there are great stories of the survivors, of the community effort that all came together as people worked to rebuild their lives perfect here, but then there are those challenges. There are things that have not changed, that have not been improved since the storm came here 1 year ago. So of course we're going to be taking a look at all of that this week as we continue our coverage here in Western North Carolina. We'll send things back to you guys in Charlotte.